Well, hello. And welcome to My Addiction. Here we are. We have some exciting stuff and exciting stuff. And this is and I'm Marty Noxon, and this is Megan Weaver, my sister.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to My Addiction. Yes, today we have Reilly on, who is a
sensation.
She is a sensation. She is a comedic actress, but she also is very active on the TikToks and the social media. Why are you laughing, Lillian?
Because you call it the TikTok?
Yeah. She's a huge TikTok star.
That just shows you that I am not hip to the I'm just not. I'm also old. But
yeah.
But
That's
I
why
know she's a huge TikTok star.
Yes.
And we're going to have her on today. She is the sister of one of my dearest friends, and we're just so lucky that we get to talk to her and interview her.
And hopefully she has some interesting addiction.
Yes.
Or ish. Yeah.
We'll see. But
sometimes we really do that. We really go like serious about this addiction stuff, and sometimes we just fucking talk.
Just don't even address it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to talk to Caitlin and talk to her about her career and how she started. You guys have seen her on Hacks, Loot, Big Boy Detective.
Dead Boy Detectives. Dead Boy Detectives. Big Boy Detectives is one of those things you get with all those ads.
I could never be an actor because I wouldn't be able to memorize. I wouldn't be able to do the lines.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do the lines.
I have watched Big Boy Detectives, but it's not what you're thinking of. Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
Well, here we are with Caitlin Reilly. How lucky are we?
So lucky.
You're like a big get.
I am?
Yes.
Oh my God. You did make so many phone calls to get me.
Yeah.
Well, it was one.
Yeah.
And
No, it was a lot.
her.
It was a lot of phone calls. I'm really busy.
Yeah.
We should probably just let the audience know that I mean, I've not known you, but known of you and seen you over the years since you were a little girl because your sister is one of my best friends in the world, Kristen.
Wow.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about her instead.
Through osmosis, I'm also a Bravo celebrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not a Bravo celebrity.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay.
You totally are.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's why this
By
show,
proxy.
That's why this podcast is like 90% your friends and people who, because you're a Bravo celebrity, and also people who have been on Bravo. I mean, this is basically a podcast.
Did you just say Broadway?
No, Bravo.
Oh.
Broadway would be legit.
Close enough. Both are one and the same at this point.
But I was going to say, I feel like our podcast, My Addiction, is about Bravo and Bravo adjacent people who have addictions now.
Sure.
That's our whole, or being addicted to Bravo, which is me.
That's a big one.
I love Bravo.
Oh my God.
It's the only thing that makes me happy. So,
are you married?
No, but I'm getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Good for asking. I'm a bride.
I saw the thing,
I got engaged.
finky.
A man wants to be with me forever.
Oh my
and not
God.
you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah, Jesus.
I know.
You take him.
Yeah. Well, it's her first,
My
first
go
go
marriage.
around.
It was your
my
first
first
marriage.
It's her
Okay.
first go
First
around.
husband, my first marriage.
Oh, congratulations.
And
Thank you.
She also, everybody, has a pool.
I have a pool. Thank
We
you so
just
much.
learned
I have
that.
a little bit of a tan going on right now because I have
You
a
have a
pool.
pool.
And
yeah,
you've been laying out.
I do. I've been laying out. I laid out. I'm Swedish, so I didn't burn. So yeah,
You've got that nice olive skin.
Yeah.
I could see.
yeah.
But
I don't
Swedes aren't
burn,
known.
yeah.
Swedes aren't known for olive skin, are they?
Yeah, they are. They tan. Swedes are known for being tan,
Just like her.
just
Okay.
like me.
She's got the
Okay.
bronze, the glowy
The
bronze.
glowy bronze.
Bronze.
So you can talk about other stuff that Caitlin has done.
Well, I know a lot of it.
Yeah.
She's
every
been, because
every single thing.
I have not going to
What was
list
the-
every
what was the-
single thing.
What was the first thing I did?
I don't know, but I know that you were on Hacks because I saw you and I screamed at the TV. That's
Okay.
Caitlin. So I saw you on Hacks. I saw you on Loot.
Loved it.
I watch all your Instagram thingers.
I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to cover up
The logo. She's drinking
And
out of
this
one of her
is-
big cups.
This is happening.
I am a big cup aficionado as well. I always have my big cup with me.
I
you?
call it
Yeah.
the emotional support water bottle.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I'll die if I'm thirsty for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Really?
Same.
Do you-
you
Yeah.
need constant, reliquid.
Yeah.
But I just drive around with a glass Topo Chico and I
No,
take that everywhere.
no.
That's not enough.
So
You're gonna
sparkling
finish that
water
so
is not
fast.
water.
Okay, we're going to get into this
Okay.
because you know what?
We have
Forget
talked a
what
lot
she's
about
done with her
sparkling
career.
water.
Forget who she is. This is way more important.
Yeah.
Sparkling water is fucking water.
No.
And I drink like 5 bottles of it a day.
No. So there's sodium in sparkling water, and if there's carbonation in a beverage, your body is not taking
That's
in the
not true.
nutrients and the
It's not
hydration of the
actually-
water.
that's not
Don't
actually true.
talk to me like that.
That is actually not factual. I've looked
Really?
up. Yeah, no, that's kind of a myth.
Is
Okay,
it?
well, what's
Yeah.
going on then?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's big water.
So you don't know.
The big water
The big
companies.
water people just want you to think that you just have to drink still water, but you don't. It's fine.
There's
I've been told I
nothing-
overhydrate and I drink only sparkling
See, I'm worried
beverages.
I overhydrate too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing I love more than an ice cold Topo Chico with lime
Yeah.
in my pool.
Yeah.
And I have a Topo Chico with lime. I think I have about 7 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
perfect.
I'm still famished
Yeah.
and need water.
Yeah.
It
Or I
doesn't
guess
quench.
parched.
It doesn't quench your thirst.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
And
that's
there's
why.
sodium in it.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I know
yes,
that.
in some sparkling waters, or most sparkling waters, are sodium. And I think that Topo Chico, I think it's a little saltier than some. And
I,
I like the
agree.
saltier ones.
What's your favorite sparkling water?
we know about Megan? She's
Oh yeah, no, she. Yeah,
But
Topo
okay,
Chico.
Topo Chico's superior.
yeah.
It's the best. It's the best crispness, and bubble ratio. It's
Yes.
the best bubbles.
Yep.
LaCroix has
100%.
big bubbles.
Yeah.
And it goes flat in 5
and it
seconds.
goes flat in
Yeah.
5 seconds, and then like Perrier and I can fuck with a Pellegrino
Yeah.
with like ice and lemon.
Yeah.
And I can like mess with a Pellegrino.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't do a Perrier.
No, what is that? Why even bother?
Well, how about Waterloo?
I don't do
No,
that. I
fuck
don't do
that.
that.
No.
Do you know what I do like, but it's not sparkling water? It's like a soda. Is a Spindrift.
Oh yeah.
I love
Yep.
the raspberry
Solid.
Spindrift. I would
Solid.
go
How's
to
the
war for an
carbonation?
ice cold raspberry Spindrift. I would.
I just as a would love sponsorship from these people.
Yeah.
I'm because we're so close to getting just massive sponsors.
They're knocking on
Right.
that door
Same.
Yeah.
I just want to be sponsored for living.
for living. Well, you
for being rad.
Right.
You
you
know?
are rad on the socials, so you probably could get
I love
sponsored.
that segue.
Yeah. No, but I just wanted to
By
say
the way-
Zevia,
Yeah.
which is a stevia, not stevia extract, a stevia leaf, because extract apparently is bad for. But it's Zevia, and it is a soda, sort of. It is a flavored sparkling beverage, and it has a little stevia in it instead
I'm
of.
allergic to stevia.
What happens?
It gives me anxiety.
No Zevia
Wait,
for you.
what?
It gives me heart palpitations.
Oh my god!
That and
That might be
xylitol.
that might be the answer
What's
to my
xylitol?
entire life.
It's an artificial sweetener, and it's in like Quest bars and like healthy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's that stuff that makes you shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so it gives me like crazy heart palpitations
Does.
and diarrhea.
Diarrhea. I've had that.
And I used to eat Quest bars. Look, my sister's going to sleep. I used to eat Quest bars
Kristen is here, by
on
the
the way to work at Flicka, my sister's store, and I would sit in the car
Flicka?
and like almost have a panic attack because
Yeah.
I just had a Quest bar, and it turns out I have a sensitivity to xylitol.
How'd you figure that out?
but that's not stevia.
But it's
Oh, sorry,
they're
that's
like,
not
they're
stevia.
related.
Xylitol. Oh, they're related. They're like
Yeah.
brothers or sisters.
I think so.
Okay.
Lillian's agreeing with me.
Yeah,
She agrees with
Well,
me.
Lillian knows.
Lillian knows everything.
Yeah.
she does.
She's our fact
or
checker.
she goes to the Google machine.
I also
Yeah.
like to make things up.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Completely.
I love to make
Yeah.
things up.
and stand by it 100%.
And stand by it
We learned that
100%.
from Nikki.
Yeah, my mom is certain about everything.
100%.
Right. Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
moms are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it is long.
But Nikki really doubles down, and
Yeah.
she's certain of things that she just made up in her own
right.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were talking about the socials. Do you have any sponsorships on the socials? Have you done that thing where you're like, oh my God, this detox tea
No.
is? Have you Kardashianed at all?
I mean, no. It's so funny when someone tells me I'm an influencer. I don't know what is going on, but it's this thing where it's like if you have some sort of following from whatever you've created for yourself, like, oh, you're an influencer. Like, no, I'm
just a person.
I'm actually an author. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
No, I'm
yeah.
not yet. But
But when you're by your pool,
but when I'm by my pool, I'm thinking about this.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, why? Like I think one of my sister's friends was like, you're an influencer. And I was
Right.
like, I'll kill you.
Well, it is.
Um,
There's something a little bit cringy about that because I think it also does. It's the legitimacy of what you do and that you are, a comedic actress and you're funny and you do these TikToks that are hilarious.
massive.
And
But also, there's nothing wrong with influencers.
no, there's not. But
No.
I have some of my faves.
Yes.
you've got
agree.
like influencer friends.
Oh, I've got
You're friends with influencers.
I've got friends. I've got faves. I love
right.
them all.
Yeah.
Could they do the podcast? Would you talk to them?
Of course.
Yeah. Could you put a good word?
Yeah.
But I think it just is that's not who you are and that's not what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So,
No, it's a very specific thing. I think just, like the literacy of social media is changing where people are just it's taking on its own thing.
Yeah.
Where, I feel like comedians and actors or anyone in the entertainment industry is everyone's using social media
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
So it's just this thing that we all do now. It's like living in real life,
Yes.
people to people,
Yes.
which is like that happens sometimes. And then it's like social media and then sleep. And
Yeah.
that's what it is.
But I feel like for influencers, the hierarchy you just says like living in real life, social media, and then sleep. I feel like for a lot of influencers, it's social media, sleep, real life.
Yeah.
Like maybe some real life, but it feels like you see people who are constantly like filming it, and you're like, oh, so your entire life
Or
is
like
content.
it's what's really popular now. It's like the day in the life videos, where there's like a lot of mom influencers. It's like day in the life of
Yeah.
like me with my kids and
and my big Stanley Cup.
you're
Yep.
yeah
me
and-
with this
and-
child. I'm going to return if it doesn't work out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's I get sucked in where I'm like, wow, okay, so it's breakfast
Wow.
time, and but like they're moving the tripod and setting it
Yeah.
up, and
Yeah. And now
It's just
there's all this
bizarre.
stuff about these kids are actors. These kids are being used for entertainment, and they should have some kind of rights because.
Oh, I've
they're-
watched that documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
You
That
know,
was so
Lillian,
good.
that I've watched that documentary because I watch them all.
Yep.
Any kind of
Yep.
crime or seedy or questionable behavior by anybody, I'm
which
watching.
documentary are you thinking
It's the
of?
one. It's called Age of Influence,
Oh, I haven't seen
It's
that yet.
really
and it's about the
good.
mom who starts this whole production with all
Yep.
these kids. Her kid. It started
Yep.
with then
It got really
then
dark.
friends and it got real dark.
And
Yeah,
of
I don't
course,
like
Utah.
I love
Of-
that
yeah.
stuff.
I just came
spent
back
a
from
time in
Utah, and I was
Utah.
like, "Have you?"
spent a
I
time.
did. I filmed a TV show.
Oh,
in
did
Utah.
you?
You
Do you
I was
do
on
that?
vacation.
Yeah. Did you get a call sheet?
I did.
That's
What number were
amazing.
you?
Number 4.
Oh, damn! Get
Yeah.
out of here!
I was in every episode of the show.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept giving me more.
Which
I was
show?
They wanted to keep you
High
around.
School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh,
Which is actually
my God!
And I'm not saying actually like it's like people think it's bad, but I
No,
just
it-
feel like
no.
people don't know.
It
is
wasn't.
a brilliant, hilarious show.
We watched, and in fact, I was in Utah this weekend.
Were you really?
Yeah, sorry. But
That's okay.
we drove by the High School Musical.
High.
Yeah,
Yeah.
High School.
It's a real high school.
Yeah,
And
it looks like
it's a full high school. It's massive. And I had a panic attack the first day of set because I
You
had
ate a xylitol.
a quest
no,
bar.
I had altitude sickness, and I was still vaping at the
Yes.
time.
Okay.
And I had a vicious panic attack. I hadn't had a panic attack like that in years in front of the entire crew, and they had to call a medic.
Oh,
And it was like my worst nightmare.
yeah,
I
first
couldn't
day.
breathe. I could not take an oxygen.
Yeah.
And I flipped out.
Oh my God.
That's horrifying. Did they put an oxygen mask on you?
They did my oxygen meter thing.
Yeah.
My sister's falling asleep, and
Yeah. She's kind of our like audience meter. We have to be like, ooh, we're getting boring. Yeah. Oh,
the audience
shit.
member's falling asleep. Stop
Yep.
talking about yourself.
Okay.
But they put an oxygen meter on.
Yeah.
And at first I was like,
Pulse oximeter.
what is that? What does that do?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it just, shows your oxygen, blood
pulse
level,
ox.
and also your pulse. And I'm like, what do the numbers mean? And he's like, you're fine. You're good. You're just, your heart rate's a little high, but your oxygen's good. It's at like 95, but it's good. It's okay. You'll be fine. You're totally fine.
Yeah.
And that night I bought an oxygen
just
meter
gonna
for
say,
myself,
oh my
had it
God.
shipped to my hotel. And then I became my addiction was
Nice segue.
But I have many addictions, so the podcast doesn't end here.
No,
but my
thank
addiction
God.
was I became so obsessed with checking my oxygen levels and my heart rate at all times, and if it fluctuated by any number, I would go into a full tailspin.
Wow.
So I feel like we could even change the episode of this title to My Anxiety,
My-
because this
Yeah.
sounds familiar to me, where you're like, oh, is there something I should be monitoring about my health that I might die at any moment?
I had
Yeah.
really bad hypochondria for like a while,
Yeah.
and now I don't as much anymore.
Oh, cool. What did you do?
Therapy.
Oh, therapy. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing.
Therapy.
That works for
therapy.
you. Oh, cool.
Yep.
I should try
I
it.
can be a little bit of a hypochondriac too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
you can.
I've been known to flip out on the littlest things, but I also get weird afflictions.
Me too. I have
Okay.
the constitution of a Victorian child.
So do I.
Do you have
I do.
consumption?
I got shingles.
So did I.
I got shingles, and I called my sister. I was beside myself. I was sobbing. She was on her way to a funeral. I was like, you can't go to the funeral. You have to come to my house and take me to the fucking hospital. And I went to our family doctor, and I called him. I was like, I have to get in immediately. I think I have shingles. He's like, Caitlin, you don't have shingles, but come in. Come in during
Oh,
lunch.
geez. Here you
I
come
go
again.
in there. He's like, what's going on? I was like, Dr. Fishman, I think I have shingles. He's like, take your shirt off. I take my shirt off. He goes, holy shit, you have shingles. So, yeah, it was awful.
And you're young to get
I'm
shingles.
the youngest woman alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
Wow.
ever had
'cause
shingles?
I had shingles last year at 53, and that's probably about
Where
the time.
did you have it?
Okay, this is what's weird.
Wait,
Did
you
you have it
only
on
have
your
it on
face?
certain places?
No. Oh, what shingles is known for is to be on the trunk of your body, usually the left side. I'm not wrong about
Mine,
that.
yes. Mine was on the left side.
Yes,
It's on the left side, and it lives in your spine, and it comes out from the chicken pox.
Chickenpox
It's like
virus.
dormant in your spine.
Mine was on my neck, and it presented as a spider bite. So my doctor didn't know what it was. I went to the ER because it started to get really big and red and started to swell. My whole neck was swollen. And I went to the ER. They did a CAT scan on it because they didn't know what, well, probably wanted the
CAT scan, that money,
cheddar.
that money.
But they misdiagnosed me. And then I went and saw a dermatologist.
Sue the hospital.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
People do it every day.
I'm coming for you.
Sue the hospital.
Yeah.
But then a dermatologist, who I should have saw first, was like,
No.
yeah, this is a weird presentation,
If
but
you
it
think
is
you have
shingles.
a poisonous spider bite,
what I thought it
do
was.
think it's appropriate to go to a doctor.
Can I tell you
Yeah.
something crazy? Our mom once told me,
And she's pointing to our Kristen,
my,
who's in the
my
audience.
sister's in the room. She's our audience member.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
mom, when I was like 10 years old, she woke up one morning. She was like, I had the craziest dream. And she told me that in her dream, her mom ran up to her and said, Caitlin needs to check her shoes.
Oh.
There was a poisonous spider in her shoe. And then so like in my dream, I put in her dream, I put my shoe on. There's a poisonous spider in the shoe. And then I like die from the poisonous spider bite. To this day, if there are shoes left outside, I check in the shoes because of a dream that my mom had.
I was so leaning in
25
because
years
I
ago.
was like, and that morning I looked in my shoe.
I know, it's not as
and there was
juicy.
a
Do you want to know why I
scorpion.
look in my shoe every day
Why?
if I leave them outside? Because I was going to, this was about 5 years ago, I was going to Hawaii, and I grabbed my tennis shoes that were outside because they got wet, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're running late, and we're all just like scrambling to get out the door. I put my shoes on, and I start walking around the house grabbing my stuff, and I'm like, I swear, something in my, like, I feel like there's something under my foot in my shoe. I'm like, I don't know what it is. So I sit on the bed, and I take my shoe off. Lizard.
No.
And I was walking around the house on top of that lizard.
Lizard shoe, lizard foot.
Walking on top of him, feeling him. Knowing
he
that there was
alive?
something under my foot, feeling his body with the
No.
sole of my foot for probably a good 15 minutes before I
No.
decided to investigate. Then I took the shoe off, screamed, ran around the house with my shoes off, like, you know when something really bad happens or like an animal grosses you out or something and you just run around and you're screaming. Then I took the shoe off and I dumped the lizard out. I thought I killed him. He survived.
Good.
Oh, thank God.
No,
good.
he survived.
Good.
Yeah.
No.
But now, you better believe it. I always check inside. I knock my shoe. because
Now I
don't
feel like
wanna
I've been walking around with lizards in my shoe all
You
the
never
time
know.
because I never check them.
You never know.
You never know. And I always, anyway, doesn't matter. Okay.
Moving on.
Anyway, so maybe we could talk about, is there something specific that you feel like is kind of an unhealthy obsession or addiction? In your
You
life?
have.
Yeah, we know ours.
Mine's really toxic.
Oh, well,
Bring
that's
it.
what we like.
Bring it.
There is a website. You cut this out until I say it correctly.
Yeah, she will.
There is a
Thank you, Lillian.
website where you can anonymously check people's Instagram stories that you don't like if you don't
Oh,
want,
you want them to
know that you
know.
watched. I do this every day.
Wow.
Is there a specific, I mean, you don't have to
I have
say.
a small little list of people I check up on.
That's
Is it like your enemies list?
It's my enemies. It's some of my enemies.
Uh-huh.
Some of my like just want to make sure you're just right and tight and doing what you need to do.
right.
I've got a couple
Got
stragglers.
my eyes on you. I've got my eyes on you.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on you.
Secretly.
Can
Yeah,
people
yeah.
do people know when you watch their stories?
Yeah,
oh,
babe.
yeah. 100%.
Oh.
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, my God.
So when you watch my stories, you swipe up and look, Megan Weaver watched my story.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think I just discovered TikTok like 3
Did you
days
just
ago.
discover the internet? Because
Pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Pretty
it is-
much.
beefs are caused, like all kinds of like, oh no,
So
Hailey
many beefs.
Bieber watched so and so's story, like and didn't, like
I
there's-
catch people watching my stories, and I'm like, decided to check in
ex-boyfriend.
on me today, did ya?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that now. I didn't
Yeah.
know I could do that.
Or sometimes I'll watch someone's story to fuck with them.
Ooh.
You know,
yes.
I'm a little toxic.
I
but
like it.
only for good. Like only for good.
only because
yeah,
you're
I've been
worried.
fucked with a lot in my life, but I do it a lot.
Okay.
Okay,
So
that's
there's a website where you can secretly watch people's Instagram stories, which
and
I
they
didn't know.
don't
throw.
know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not
And
a-
it takes a long time to load, and there's a lot of like pop-ups and ads, and I'm like sitting in bed with my phone like it's a bomb. You know.
I mean, that does sound like,
Yeah.
other websites where it's just,
And sometimes
ad.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
what are you
it's,
talking about, Megan Weaver?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's my addiction.
Okay.
I need to know what's
Mm.
going on
Without being
At-
seen
without
watching.
being seen. My addiction is
Fascinating.
information.
You're a peeping Tom.
Yes.
That's your addiction.
I need to know. I need to
Interesting.
know.
Now, everybody who knows you or you follow is like, I wonder if she's watching me. They're like,
Secretly.
I wonder if I'm on her list of secret.
My list is. I'm never going to share my
no,
list.
of course not.
No.
Why would
Of course not.
No, that is very private.
my enemies list is written on my heart in like black ink.
I don't
like
think
no
you
one
have
else.
any enemies.
Me?
Oh, you do, but you don't know each other personally.
Oh no. I have enemies.
You
I have a
do?
Few, oh yeah, I have a few people. If
Do they?
I have a couple of those.
yeah, just
that you know personally, like
well, I've usually there are people that this is gonna be so bad.
Lillian, get the scissors out.
If you are a person that I worked with who is an enemy, we are not currently in good standing.
Okay.
So you would know.
You would know.
You would know.
Okay.
The more because I check on them and I'm like, how dare they
Exist.
make something that people like?
Right.
They have no
Right.
right.
They have no right.
Fucking
They have no
how
right.
dare they? Like they those talentless and then I wish that I could just undo their
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So I feel the exact same.
Go, yay.
Yeah.
It's good.
Hey, girlfriend.
But I try not to. I try
No.
not to.
Try not to.
Because it's bad juju.
Well,
It really is. It's bad karma.
no,
Yeah, I don't
I
like that.
disagree. I feel like we all have to have like a
There's
little
some-
pirate thought area.
I
where
mean,
we're
there's some
like,
people that have directly, truly fucked with me.
Yeah.
Same girl.
Where I just whenever I see them, sort of like I'm on a freeway,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
a freeway, and the freeway's Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And they're passing me by.
Right.
I just do a little like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
You
I
know.
feel
feels
like the
good.
people on my list
Yeah.
are truly not good people. Like,
Right.
like
Are any of them good people? Like,
on the enemies list?
I think
do you want to know why they don't
they're
like us?
probably not great people.
They don't like us because we have pools.
We have pools.
all the three of us have
This-
pools.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god.
We do.
It's kind of a trial.
To be a
because-
person with a
yeah,
pool,
yeah.
it's difficult. People
'Cause
don't
there's
understand.
Some days you see it sparkling and you're like, oh, pool, I can't visit you today.
Have you ever had to skim a pool at 11 a.m.?
Oh, girl.
Jeez Louise.
The horror. Or it's a little too chilly and you have to turn the heater on because, you know, who wants to go into a freezing cold pool?
Of
No.
course.
You know?
It's the worst.
I do have an addiction to my pool. Have we talked
You
about this?
do, and skimming it. We have talked about this.
I love that we've gone here. I love that your addiction is your pool.
No, 100, and I think we talked about
One
it
of
before.
many.
We haven't. Because you can see my pool from all angles of my house.
Okay. okay.
Oh, problem.
Sure.
This is another
Um,
relatable problem for our
Sure.
Yeah,
our
I can
listening
see it wherever I am. in
So
the
it's
house.
sort of like a little ocean in your backyard.
It is.
Great.
It is. And
That's
it's
fun.
the prettiest color blue.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am obsessed with keeping it clean and full
Okay.
and perfect at all times. So if I'm in the kitchen and I'm doing something and I look out and I see the pool and it's got, I mean, I'm out there. I'm out there with the skimmer. I'm calling the pool company. If it's looking a little bit off color, I'm obsessed with where the level is at the tiles. Is it at the exact right level or I don't have an autofill.
I kind of feel both superior and inferior because I also have a fountain.
I'm a fountain bitch.
Oh, fuck off.
Yes, I do.
I just need the audience to know I'm a person of the people. I'm not like that. No.
Oh,
no,
what?
no.
Person
I'm
of
not like them.
She's got a pond,
I'm
and
a
I bet you
Let
have
me
someone
ex-
maintain that pond.
Let me explain. I live in an area of town where there is, and this is not my fault.
Okay.
There's a natural occurring body of water.
There's a fucking brook where you
Hold
live.
on.
She's a bitch.
Hold on. That runs through this block, okay? And so it's this sort of pond-esque body of water that essentially I share with my neighbors. It runs through all of our
A
backyards.
river runs through it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know what? I'm speaking too much.
Okay.
I can't talk about this
Okay, so
anymore.
I
All right,
think
fair
I have
enough,
an idea
fair
where
enough.
you live, and I'm not going to say
I'm
it.
not going to talk about this anymore.
You know what I am addicted to?
What?
And again, this could get me into no, it won't. It won't. Criticizing the homes in my neighborhood that are new builds.
Oh,
and
I
there's-
hate nothing more than a bad new build.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a house. Our neighborhood is very nice, but the homes are of a normal-ish size.
McMansions? Are there
No,
a lot
yeah,
of
they're just
McMansions?
right up to the edge of the property line. I like to look into my neighbors', bedrooms.
Yeah.
No, they're like, I mean, there are a couple of like big. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, most of the homes are sort of like normal size.
No, they're not. George Clooney lives in your neighborhood.
He does not anymore.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
but he
who lives in
did.
your neighborhood?
I can't say.
Can't say.
You
You
have too many
can.
stalkers,
You
girl.
didn't?
No one lives in my neighborhood.
Okay,
I
can I
have a small
finish
house.
my point? So, the point is, in general, there are some, but I'm talking about my street.
Okay.
You've been on my street.
Yes.
Somebody applied for a permit for a 7,000 square foot house.
Okay.
Neighbors raised a ruckus, blah, blah, blah. It looks like they're putting in a mall next to our house. It's one of those like boxy. And so our game now is like, if only, like our list of what should go in the mall. Like,
Right.
what would you most like? Like for
A
me,
dog
it would be
groomer?
a yogurt land.
I'd want a dog groomer in
Can
there.
I tell you?
Nail salon?
I don't think a house needs a movie theater room. Sorry if you guys have one.
No.
Look who you're talking to.
Yeah, I don't think a house needs a movie theater. I don't think a house needs a bowling alley. I don't think
No.
I don't think a house in Los Angeles of anyone. I don't think a house needs a fucking wine cellar.
I don't either.
Get out of here.
Okay. I hate that house.
You hate that. I
And
bet
I
it has
yell-
a big ass wine cellar.
I bet it does.
With-
7,000 and it now they put up like the facade.
Mm-hmm.
And at first it was like, okay, it's wood looking. It's it's going to kind of blend in with the neighborhood. Then they put the bottom part of it,
Plaster.
giant white rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, giant. It glows,
No.
and again, really brings up the mall.
And it's right across the street from you,
No,
too.
no, it's huge.
Yeah.
And it's been a year of jackhammers, and if it only had the decency to like not be hideous, but
Right.
no, it's
Somebody made some
hideous.
poor decisions.
and it's right on the street line, so we
Right.
get to glare at them when I drive by. I am looking forward to
Maybe you
that
should
part.
secretly plant some trees in front of it.
Yeah, no, there's no room.
There's no
room for trees.
Front
There's-
door's on the street.
pretty much.
That's crazy.
They don't even have a driveway. It's just like a little piece of concrete
That's
before you get.
crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
It's upsetting.
Why?
It is. I mean, land, yes.
A
For your
what?
cigar bar.
Land,
Land.
acreage.
God, I love having land.
Isn't it great?
It's so nice to have land. People used to fight for it.
Yeah.
I just bought mine. Well, my fiance did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's great.
Congratulations on your upcoming
I'm
nuptials.
so excited for my land.
Do you come with a dowry,
land.
too?
I do. One chicken.
What?
Aww.
Yeah.
What's
I don't
his
have a
name?
chicken.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No. We recently got a puppy, and my
Oh, they're great when you have grounds. When you have
Right.
land.
What kind of puppy did you get?
A little dachshund.
Oh, that's a cute dog.
His name is Bo.
That's my son's
wait a
name.
minute.
B-E-A-U or B-O?
BEAU.
That's my son's name.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a dog's name.
Yeah. No, it's an 18-year-old, 6'5" ginger boy's name.
Oh my god. But yeah, so now whenever we sit down and like have chicken or meat, we think we're eating our dog.
Okay, well that's just a weird.
Wait,
jump.
what?
We just can't stop thinking about like
Oh,
what,
the fact
what
that
if this
animals are
was-
meat.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
vegetarian now?
I might want to be.
yeah, I get it.
I don't know, but then that's
That's such
so
a hassle.
Kind of a hassle.
I know
Plus, it's
that,
also
and
really
I have
the-
all this land.
I was going to say, if you're a person with a pool and land,
Yes.
and you're a
And
vegetarian,
a brook.
too
A
much.
creek.
A brook.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I think that vegetarianism and veganism, I think it's on the way out. I think the more anxious people are about like the end of the world, the more we're just like, we're just eat whatever the fuck we want.
I think that mass production of meat is killing our planet.
That is true. So maybe I shouldn't say that it's no
It's
longer
on its way out, girl. But no, I mean, I think. Well, I don't know.
Are
I
you watching
think
all the documentaries too?
I just think
About, like,
everything's so
food?
awful all the time
I know.
right now.
I know. I mean,
Well,
You know.
so let's talk about TikTok.
Okay.
change lanes. Left turn.
Well, or is it?
Right.
So
Sorry, I'm Gen Z. I'm like 22.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you do. Your skin is amazing.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm really
You're very
young.
young.
I'm really, really young.
You're very
Thanks.
young.
Yeah.
Megan mentioned that.
Yeah,
She
I'm
said
super
it.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soup's young.
Yeah.
But some people say that if you spend a week on TikTok, like 5 to 10 minutes a day, then you become addicted. You can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that with either your followers or yourself that addiction is, do some people get spooky about you? Like,
Oh, that's a good question.
yeah, like because they're so into your, feed. Do they slide into your DMs to
Oh.
be spooky?
Oh yeah. All
Yeah.
the time. I get like crazy messages every day.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And do they scare you or are they entertaining?
Um
Because I find mine, and
A
I
little scary.
the one or two I get a year, very, very entertaining.
yeah, I don't know. I've gotten some death threats.
Uh-oh.
I've gotten
From let's say people who don't agree with your politics.
Yeah. Or just there's like a lot of stupid people out there.
Yeah.
a lot of really stupid people. I think
Yeah.
people that are like chronically online, there's like I think it's,
Brain melting.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's brain is scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
But I recently threw my back out over the weekend, so I was like
Oh.
in bed for 2 days. I could not move.
Haunting people's Instagram stories without them knowing it.
Yes,
obviously.
that.
Did you do that like doing yoga? See, I do watch your
Yes,
TikToks.
I threw my back out doing yoga.
Instagram. Yeah,
And then I think like yesterday and today were the first 2 days where I could like move around.
because your mat was slippery.
Yeah, it was too dry.
Wait, what?
her downward dog, and her mat. Something was wrong
I
with
was
her
doing
mat, so
hot
she
yoga.
kept sliding.
I kept sliding out, and then I had to overcompensate, so I was clenching. And I
Clenching.
completely threw my whole back out.
Oh my god!
And it was like shooting down my arms and my leg.
So relatable. We're just all such relatable
Well,
queens.
that just
here.
means you shouldn't exercise.
Exactly.
That's all
100%.
it means. It means you shouldn't do yoga. You shouldn't exercise.
Yeah.
You're from the 1800s. You've got the
Consumption.
I have the
Consumption.
constitution
Rickets.
of the Victorian child.
That's it.
Yeah.
So-
Gout.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
you
of
were-
all the pirate diseases.
Gout.
I can,
Yeah.
like,
Gout,
Scurvy.
Scurvy. That's the one. Scurvy.
So you were laid up in bed because you hurt your back, and what
I
happened?
hurt my back, and so I spent from wake till sleep all day on TikTok.
Yeah, I heard
In
from
bed
Lillian said that it's a
all-
slippery slope, and
all day.
that I should be careful. And it's because the algorithm is so good that it's really throwing you stuff
It's
that
my TV.
okay.
Yeah, and
There's a video about the Titanic sinking. Oh, now there's a video to
I
make
wanna
the
see
best
that.
pasta.
I know
now
you
there's
do.
a video
That's
how
your
to,
kind of thing.
prune socks. Now there's a video how to do your own garden. And here's back to the conspiracy theory about the people that live underground.
Right.
Here's like it's.
I would have a lot of tsunamis in my feed. I'm obsessed.
I am obsessed with a
100%
tsunami video.
obsessed with tsunamis. This
I'm-
is true.
Natural
No.
disasters.
Oh, give it to me.
Earthquakes.
I
Yeah.
watched that show 911
oh, I can't do that.
purely
But I'll be on
because
it.
they do. Caitlin Reilly, if you're casting,
Gladly.
because they do a really good job with their special effects.
Do they really?
And they do a lot of natural disasters.
Didn't they have like an earthquake episode?
Oh, girl, yeah.
Yeah.
They had an earthquake. They had Hollywood Boulevard. There was a big high rise and it
Yes.
fell over. They had a
Ooh,
yacht.
that's my
a
nightmare.
cruise ship that overturned, like the Poseidon Adventure. They had.
This
oh my
is
God, the
911?
best. Oh no, hang on. The best was they
Because
were
I
in
don't
San.
think they're calling those people. They're not like paramedics
no,
come to
they
the...
had a tsunami that hit Santa Monica.
That's
Probably hit other
hilarious.
places too. But they
But let's really...
It
only
was
Santa
so
Monica
realistic.
matters.
It was so good. So I watched that because I just can't get enough of natural disasters, especially tsunamis.
Have you ever watched the movie The Day After Tomorrow?
Hell
fuck
yeah.
yeah. That's awful.
It's a great film.
Yeah,
That-
love
if
it.
you want to worry...
Where stuff just
Right.
hell
If
freezes
you want
over
to just,
and New York's
if you
under
wanna
ice.
just worry about, no, you are like kind of a prepper. Like you get like we've talked about this. Like her go bag.
My fiance is
is
a prepper. We have an earthquake go bag.
Does he think about an earthquake every night before he goes
He
to
thinks
sleep?
about it every day.
Me too.
He thinks about
Every
that and World War II every day.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I was
World-
going to say two.
No, World War II every day.
Every
He's
day.
obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every man has like a war that they're obsessed with.
Oh really?
Every
Their
single
Roman
man.
Empire, so to speak.
Okay.
Because there's this sort of thing on TikTok that women started where every man has like a weird obsession with the Roman Empire, which is true.
Okay.
And so like everyone has their own Roman
of all the
Empire. What's
fucking.
yours? Mine is
Yeah.
the Titanic. Mine is the Titanic and the death of John Benet Ramsey.
You know that our dad, my stepdad, her dad, discovered the Titanic.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's told me all about it.
Yeah.
And you brought the cup down and then
Yes.
brought I know that whole
Yeah, he
story.
was solely responsible. He was actually driving the submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's amazing.
I'm about to throw up.
Yeah.
She's being facetious, but he did. He was the documentarian who was aboard the ship that found the Titanic
However,
with the
our
oceanographer.
stepmother, my stepmother, your mother, does say he discovered
Let's
the
just
Titanic.
say that he discovered it.
Thank
Why not?
Thank you,
Why not?
Caitlin. I'm so glad we had you on
Cameron
today.
didn't do anything. He just showed up.
And he
Yeah.
was inspired to
Late.
make that movie by our dad's film.
Yeah.
So,
So-
just wanted to put that out there. But I do love the anything sinking, water,
Yeah.
tidal waves,
Boats.
all of it.
Boats sinking.
all of it.
Death at sea.
My friend Kelly, hey Kelly, she is not an influencer, so I'm not going to really give her Instagram. But anyway, she used to send me all the bad news about airplane crashes.
Oh,
all
I
of
don't
it.
like that.
Oh, I
And-
don't like that right
and-
now.
Well, she and I both, share I am getting better at flying. I'm starting to get chill where I'm just like, hey, fly, planes are supposed to go bouncy.
Right.
But she kept sending me, like, she's terrified of it. Like she takes the pills and she can drink and I'm still like, really, after all that? Because when I was able to do that, I wanted to fly everywhere.
Right.
But she would send me this stuff and finally I was like, why? Why are you doing this to me?
And to yourself.
Like, I want you
yeah.
to stop doing it to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to see this. And secondly, why are you doing it to yourself? So I will ask you, Megan,
Yes.
being a person who's genuinely afraid of these things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I mean,
interesting.
I'm not afraid of a tsunami hitting me. I live in the valley.
Right.
So
mean,
I'm
it-
good. But I wouldn't, if you
pretty
gave me a
inland.
beach house on the ocean in Malibu, I'd probably turn you down.
You want to you
As
know
my primary
toxic
residence.
trait?
I would take it as a second.
I was going to say.
My toxic trait is that if a tsunami came and hit me, my first thought is like, I could swim that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why everyone's so freaked out. Just swim.
Yeah. Just float. Just lie on your back.
Yeah, just like I'm a strong swimmer. Just swim.
What is
Crazy.
the big deal, people?
I told a story to my sister the other day, not that one, but I was like, yeah, I was in this plane crash, and I was like in a plane, and the plane crashed, but I survived.
Oh, I've had that
And then she
dream.
looked at me, she was like, well, of course, because it was a dream.
Right.
And I was like, oh, right.
You always survive your dreams.
Yeah, but I was like, but I feel like I could survive a plane crash. Like,
Yeah,
just sort of
yeah.
like land the right way. Like, do you know what I mean?
And also because you're special. And so if you're going to be in a
Yeah.
plane and the plane's going to go down,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna-
survive.
You're going to be the sole survivor because that's just what's meant to happen.
There is a true crime story about, and I forget the young woman's name, but she was in a plane with her mom, and the plane crashed, and she landed in the Amazon rainforest,
In a
like
tree.
still in a tree,
I
still
heard
locked
that
in the
story.
seat, and she was like 10 days in the Amazon with like a broken arm and leg, and
Yep.
she
That
survived.
happened in the
What's
1970s.
the crime there? Is it that
Well,
she
it's
survived?
One of my favorite podcasts, aside from this one, is My Favorite Murder, and they
Mine
totally talked about this.
love it, love it,
And
love it.
It's a great
Morbid and My Favorite Murder.
Morbid's great. I
Love the Morbid gals.
So that
Um,
happened in the 1970s.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep,
And
I
there's
know
a-
all
When
about
There's
the
a major
planes were
TV
just
movie
falling
about
from
it.
the sky all the time in the 70s. It was just like you
They're
were
like
taking-
it was like how they raised children in the 70s.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just let them run.
Put your
Let 'em-
seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Don't.
Hope for the best.
It's fine.
We don't care.
Say, do you remember that moment in Mad Men when the kids in season 1, when the kids come in and they have the laundry, the dry cleaning bags
Yeah.
all over
Yes,
them?
yes,
and,
yes.
And she's like, children, you did not wipe your feet. When
Yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't comment on the like suffocating
Plastic.
bags
Yeah.
at all. And I was like, that was very much relatable.
That was
Relatable.
the era.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was the
and
era.
into the 70s, true, too. And they were just like, you know what? Roll up the windows, kids. The smoke from my cigarette's getting out.
Yeah.
You know?
Very much
Yeah.
our mother.
I want
Yeah.
that
Oh,
secondhand.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And yeah, we didn't have seatbelts.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were seatbelts, but
Yeah, they were in the car. We just didn't.
We just were
we
like,
didn't
They were
use them.
optional.
This is way before your time.
Yeah.
because
I'm
you are in
very-
your
I'm
20s.
Very young.
Yeah.
I barely remember 9/11.
Yeah, I know.
I was so young.
You were just a little baby.
I was
Wait a
so
minute.
young.
I know.
Yeah.
Aw,
I know.
Yeah.
baby person. My kids don't remember it, and my son is of the age where there are like funny memes about
God.
I mean, I remember 9/11. It was the day before my birthday.
it.
It was.
It was the day before my
No.
12th birthday.
Wow.
Terrible birthday I had that year.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
What a
Boy, poor
bummer.
you.
We went to Woolay Oak the next day.
Yeah.
No one
Make up
wanted.
for it.
No one
was
wanted to have
there.
dinner.
No one was there.
Yeah. No one decorated my locker that day at school.
Oh,
Poor
sorry.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a tragedy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah.
It was really messed
Lily.
up. I was supposed to have
Lily's
I
getting
was supposed to have a
uncomfortable.
party for
Hiding.
my birthday in homeroom the next day, and the party was canceled.
Oh my
Oh
God!
my
Did you?
God.
And
live
part of me
here
was
in
like,
LA?
okay, well, I wasn't flying the fucking plane.
Lillian
Why is
just
it my
quit.
fault?
Lillian
I'm just looking at Lillian when I'm saying this.
Yeah.
she just walked out the door.
No, but for real, like 9/11 was very sad.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
It was
Really
so fucked
fucked up.
See, that's what I mean about you young
It's
people.
fucked up.
The youth generation I mean, I'm not laughing about this. It
It's
may
a
sound like
it's a
I'm
trauma
laughing, but it's kind of a
response.
yeah, exactly.
So much
That's what I'm
bad
saying.
stuff has happened.
Yeah.
That if you don't laugh.
Right.
But I also live.
true.
Marty looks while you're talking about how 9/11 affected you
Right.
negatively.
Directly. Yeah.
Marty looks at you and says, "Did you grow up in L.A.?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
She did.
She
I
grew up
did.
in
Okay.
L.A.
I did.
100%.
We all did, except for
Yeah.
Lillian."
No.
But yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Lil.
And
Bet you didn't have a pool.
Where did you
shaking her
grow
head
up,
no.
Lillian?
New Jersey.
Ah,
Oh, sorry. Again, really, sorry. Yeah. Because they have winter there.
right.
I've heard that's really hard.
I
Yeah,
hear
I've
that's
heard
really
that
hard.
too.
It gets cold here. It gets down to like 54. Yeah.
That's
when
when I
the
light
down.
light my
when you light your
fireplaces.
Oh,
Freezing.
Megan has a fire.
Now here's the problem. I am addicted to fireplaces.
Are
I
you?
will put them in
we've
my
never
home.
lit ours. I'm
I will put them
terrified.
in other people's homes. And if I go to a friend's house, Kristen will attest to this.
Wait, can you do my house?
Yeah. If I go to a friend's house,
Yes, she
we'll make a
can.
deal.
I have
She's
to. I
incredible.
have to do stuff to it when I can afford
I
it.
will put in 3
Like,
fireplaces.
No. Wait,
Get ready.
Wait, no, can I hire you? Like, I need to redecorate.
100%.
No, can you like redo a bathroom?
Yeah, well, that's my actual
she's-
job,
yeah.
Caitlin.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
know.
what I
Yeah.
do for a
Okay,
living.
I'm so excited.
That is
because
my
I don't know how to
J-O-B.
do that.
Yes, I do.
She can 100% do that for you. She can also
Yes,
divert.
I will help
Free?
you.
I'll
We'll
post.
talk.
I'll post about it.
We'll talk.
You can influence about it.
You can
Yeah.
influence. But Kristen knows if I even go into a house that has a fireplace and it's 64 degrees outside, I'll be like,
Yeah.
that fireplace needs to be on.
My fiance
Turn on your
won't-
fireplace.
He won't let us turn them on.
Why?
He's afraid of them.
Oh, we need to do an inspection.
We have, and
Are
they
you
were
sure
fully
you wanna
redone
marry
and
this
revamped
guy?
before we moved
Oh
in.
no, we need to turn your fireplaces on.
Yeah, he won't let me.
It's going to be nighttime and
I
72
know.
degrees.
He won't let
this
me.
week.
Mm.
So
There's one in the living room, and then right above our living room is our bedroom. So it goes up into there's
Same
one in
chimney.
our bedroom.
yeah, it's the same chimney.
It's two, but they go like this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just had this image of people listening to the podcast and, how
And
we were
turning
talking
it
about-
off?
Yeah.
Truly, honestly, just turning
just
it off.
Being like,
Yeah.
they're just looking.
Now that-
and
then
they're
they talked
like,
about 9/11.
Oh my God,
And then
these
she
are
laughed
the
at 9/11.
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
And now
the
they're talking about their
worst.
fireplaces.
Yeah.
This is what's wrong with America right here, right now. Yeah.
Them, yeah.
Okay.
It's really upsetting. It's
this is her.
no.
No, I have a
No,
real
she's turning-
question.
Okay, go.
Because I want to hear it from you guys because I trust you guys, actually.
Okay.
Off the topic of horrible people, which you are not, you all grew up in LA.
Yeah.
And Caitlin, one of the brilliant things about your TikToks is that they highlight a lot of toxic personalities that you may or may not find in
That's
LA.
a legit question.
It
That's a good
is.
one.
It's a legit question.
Putting the train
and I
back on the
really-
tracks.
But I really wanted to hear it before we wrapped how you guys think about kind of being surrounded by that culture contributes to anxieties and addictions. And I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts on that because you all kind of grew up here.
I could teach a class about this.
Yes, exactly. So
We'll
talk.
hand it to you, Caitlin.
Yeah, maybe we should stop interrupting our guest constantly.
I
That
feel like I've been speaking over everybody.
okay. Cool.
Did you ask that question that was recorded?
Oh.
Yes.
No, we like that you asked it. That was
you have a voice.
You have a voice.
You do have a voice. I thought you turned the thing off. And
Yeah, I
was
thought
like,
you turned the thing off too. I thought we were in trouble. That's
Yeah.
why I said no. I know. It's not because I didn't want you to speak.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Stop
okay,
talking.
that is a really.
So here's the deal. Los Angeles gets this rap that everyone here is awful and toxic. Let me fucking tell you something. The people that are awful and toxic in Los Angeles is every shitty person from every small town in this country. Every delusional shitty person who wants to be a star
Who moved
or
here.
rich or famous
Yeah.
moved to one city.
Yep.
The natives of
Yeah.
Los Angeles are not, will not, have never not been these people.
It's
It is
true.
Hallelujah,
No
preach.
one knows what native Los Angeles is.
No,
Native
that's
Los
true.
Angeles is fucking awesome. Native Angelinos are fucking
We are
awesome.
salt of the
Salt
earth.
of the earth people.
Yeah.
Los Angeles is an incredible, diverse,
Yep.
badass fucking city.
Yep, love it.
Now, there is obviously like in the entertainment industry that we all work around, there's a lot of toxic personalities. And then that obviously then becomes a culture aspect of LA. So the thing about LA is that Los Angeles now, over the last 50 years, revolves around one industry. Whereas a city like, our sister city, New York, doesn't revolve around just one industry, right? So you go to New York, and New York just, has just as much stuff going on as here, but it's not like just entertainment or just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of toxic cultures there. They have like,
Right.
a various variety.
Yeah. I mean, I love New York, but I mean, you have to be a kind of person to do New York. I don't think I'm hard enough for it. Like,
No.
I do
It's
4
a
days.
grind.
Yeah, I do 4 days in New York, and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of friends that live in New York, and they're like, everything's a little bit harder.
Oh, 100%.
Doing a lot, getting the groceries. Like, I
100%.
can't.
Although
wrap my
the
head
people
around
I
it.
know who, the thing is, if you don't have money in New York, it is hard.
Yeah, I mean, money obviously helps everything, but as far as LA, well, I don't know. It's tough because then people from, East Coast cities or other cities move to LA, and it's like super isolating. Like everyone's in there.
Yeah.
Like my car is my office.
Yes.
You need a
100%.
car. Everyone's spread out. Everyone's lazy, but also everyone's too busy, but also no one's working. Everyone's at lunch. Between the hours of like 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in LA, there are lines everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
so confused.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. And so, yeah, when people talk about like
LA has just this like fucking dark energy. Like you come here and it's just dark. There's just like a darkness over the city. Like I don't like the energy in LA.
like, you are actually the worst person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, you are the energy.
You
yes.
are the dark cloud. But yes, there's a lot of that in LA. Like
Yeah.
I lived in West Hollywood, and never again. Never again.
Just
Well,
because
cross
of all,
that off
Not
your list.
Boys Town,
There's
not
no
Boys
brooks
Town,
or
but, like,
streams in West Hollywood.
There's no land.
no land.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of like toxic bullshit in the culture of transplants in LA.
I see what you're saying,
That's
especially
what it
because
is.
there's that kind of like especially in our business, which has you might have heard contracted. It's always been hard, right, to get into the entertainment industry. It's like never been easy, and I feel like it's never been harder than now in a way. Like,
Oh yeah.
just in terms of like, we got so many shows for a while, and everybody thought like it's going to go on forever, and then that bubble burst real hard, right? So right now, people who were working, but the people who come and think it's going to be like, I'm just going to write my screenplay. I'm a waiter right now, but I'm going to pitch it to you while you're getting your tiramisu, and that's going to change your life and mine. And you're like, you know what? Like, it takes time. Like,
Yeah, it's also not 1980.
Yeah.
Right? Where that kind of stuff did work.
yeah.
You know?
Actually,
was a
that is how I
disconnect
got
I
my
had.
break.
Right. Steven Spielberg climbed the fence of Universal.
Yeah.
And, which you'd get arrested and shot for.
Yeah.
you
That's
know?
a disconnect I had with my parents for a very long time.
Yeah.
Where they're like, just walk onto the lot, walk into an office and say, Mister, I want to be seen. And wear a skirt while doing it. And I'd be like, no, it's cost $200 to upload my reel on castingfrontier.com. Like, it's like,
And your
it
dad-
is not the Hollywood that once was. This is totally fucking different.
Your dad was an actor, a big actor in Hollywood.
Yes, but I'm not a Nepo baby, and don't fucking go there
Well,
with me.
I wasn't gonna. God
Jeez.
forbid. I
Wow.
am a Nepo
I'm
baby.
kidding.
No, I
Wow.
know. But I loved your dad. I knew your dad, and I was a big fan of his in real life and on General Hospital. And I think that how much of being his daughter shaped you into being who you are today. Like, sorry to get all serious and drop that, but I was a big fan of your dad's, and I have
Yeah.
a soft spot in my heart for him.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
John Reilly, not John C. Reilly.
Not John C. Reilly, but I did have an agent, literally my agent
Yeah.
for a long time, who thought that I was John C. Reilly's daughter.
Which kind of
My own agent. And then I went into an office.
That
I was
doesn't
like,
do
how
the
come,
math.
how come I'm going out on one audition a year? He's like, I don't know. I mean, no one wants to see John C. Reilly's daughter. And I was like, hold on. What are you talking about? I was like 24. Anyway,
It was
my
so
dad's
lovely.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't John C.
Ours
Reilly
too.
passed?
No! He's alive. My dad's dead.
I may have got them confused.
Our dad, also dead.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've got that, but I thought
Her
John C.
dad-
Reilly passed.
Oh, John C. Reilly is very much alive.
Okay.
Okay,
God.
Megan asked a really moving question that I'd love for you to
Yeah, I was
Oh, yeah,
gonna
let's
say.
get back to it. how much of being John Reilly's daughter influenced you in your career and what you do and all of that?
I mean, none.
None percent.
No. I mean, I grew up around like acting being in our household, and you know, like, I mean, this sounds so silly. It sounds very LA, but like the Oscars were very important to watch. It was kind of like, I don't know. I had this knowledge and history of like theater and film and television at a very young age that like a lot of my peers still don't have, and we're like both actors, and so I think that that's really special and valuable, and I feel like my parents and my dad specifically, they went out of their way. I mean, it's just sort of the world that they put me in. I sort of absorbed.
But you also got to see like the real life of it, where I think a lot of people, and, you know, again, if we go back to like kind of like this sketchy energy, but if you have an expectation that it's something that it's not, and you come here, and then you get into like what it really is.
Yeah. So I've never
you
felt
saw that.
Yeah, I've
the
never
real
felt
part of it.
I don't want to use the word delusional because I feel like that's a mean word, but I feel like
how about just go with Delulu?
But no. I guess the point I'm trying to make is like whether I've been working or not, whether I've had opportunity or not, I've always understood like the very strict business aspect of it all.
Right.
And the steps like business wise.
Yeah.
You know, where it's hard for me sometimes to connect to like,
Well, if you just believe in yourself. And you just like, you know, you never know because Charlize Theron was at a supermarket and someone went up to her and said, "You're beautiful." And then she was in that movie with Keanu Reeves and the rest is history.
and like, it's like, okay, well, okay, but so that's Charlize Theron and she's.
No, here's the hard truth.
Or you can manifest.
Yeah, and listen, I believe in all of that. I
know.
almost paid an Etsy witch about a month ago. But
Okay, cool.
But I
That could be
my addiction.
Etsy witches. I want to do that
Are
episode.
you buying Etsy witches?
I think that that's some really dark territory. I think we don't. I don't think we pay witches online. But
Speak for yourself.
But no, I think that I mean, I understood a lot that I thought was really valuable, and I think that's what sort of helped me like figure out like, okay, how do I mean, I don't fucking know. We're all flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah,
like,
true.
I don't know. What?
Let's
Let
for
me
the
sum
people.
that up for the people. So Caitlin's sister Kristen is saying that she was born to be an entertainer, that she was entertaining
She couldn't help
the
herself.
family since you were like a little grasshopper.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I guess I don't like naturally. That naturally doesn't come in my head because
You've worked really hard.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I guess I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. There's nothing else I'm good at.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I've heard that.
And so I've been in places in the past where like, yeah, you can keep going, but or yeah, you can stop, but you're not good at anything else. You know, there's no plan B.
Yeah.
know?
No, I was kind of in that boat. Like I remember when I was at a certain point in my career and other people were graduating from like medical school and I was still like, do you want fries with that? Like I was still like hustling and not working and writing and almost didn't, you know, and then I remember being like, oh my God, I've been working for years since I got out of college and in college and, you know, before that. And I don't know how to do. I do know
I
how
don't
to
know how
waitress.
to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do anything.
Anything
except
else.
this.
This is it.
But yeah, no, it's true. I mean, it is like genetic. Like I literally 4 years old, I was like, this is what I'm doing. You know?
Yeah.
And I almost didn't even know that our dad was an actor. Like I thought he was a pilot for a second. And then like I remember I'd be at home during the day and mom would turn on the TV. This was like when he was on General Hospital, and my mom would be like, Daddy's on the TV. And I'd see him on the TV and be like, oh, so everyone's dad leaves.
And goes to TV.
And goes to work.
Yeah.
And we get to watch them at work on the TV. That's how we say hi.
Do you think he was a doctor?
I don't know. Well on General Hospital he was like a
wasn't a
spy who killed people.
So did you
But-
think he
Rad.
was a spy who
No,
killed people?
I thought he had like a daddy job, and I can see him through the TV at his job.
Well, that
Okay.
makes sense.
And then
That's what. Yeah, you would think that's what a kid
100%.
would think, and
Yeah.
that everybody's dad does this.
Yeah, but I don't know what this is. And then I went to school. My best friend at the time, her dad was a pilot. And so I was like, well, my dad's on TV. And she was like, well, my dad's a pilot. And I was like, but you see him on TV being a pilot, right? Like, I was like, what are you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
But also, like, then once, my brain started to grow and I started to understand, obviously, I'm 10 years old. I understand what's going on. And like my dad, like had a couple celebrity friends, or like there would be, like an event, like whatever events that he would take me to. I was so weirdly obsessed with film and television. Like I
Yeah,
was
me too.
obsessed with Johnny Carson when I was 6 years old. And so I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And so he would take me to these events, or like to someone's house for dinner, or like a birthday party, and I would be like beside myself with anxiety. He was good friends with Lou Diamond Phillips for a while.
Oh, wow.
And so Lou Diamond Phillips would have these big, huge birthday parties for his kids, and sometimes a big bash for himself. And every year, like, around June, we'd go to Lou Diamond Phillips's house for one of his kids' birthday parties, and I'd be like, oh my God, La Bamba's going to be there, and Kiefer Sutherland is going to be there, and Matt LeBlanc is going to be there, and Noah Wiley's going to be there. And
That
like
is anxiety
it was this
inducing.
list, and I remember like caring so much about these people that people my age didn't care about.
Right,
Where
right.
everyone would be like at the huge bouncy
House,
house
right.
playing, and I'd be talking to Kiefer Sutherland like,
So how did you get into acting?
like I was so weird, and I would be so terrified to
I
like
was
not
like
be
that
standing
too.
by my dad, because I'm like, well, I don't know how to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's Noah Wiley. Like I was
I mega feel that way about Noah Wiley now.
I mean, of course.
Come
too.
on.
Yeah.
She ran into him at Jones on 3rd.
Ran
Oh,
in,
like,
meaning
had a
I
heart
saw
attack.
him from across the room.
Have you been watching The Pit?
Obsessed.
It's so good.
Hilarious. That show is so funny.
very
No,
good.
I'm kidding.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love
I
him.
mean,
Yeah.
he just aged. He was always a handsome man, but something about like the
Yeah, men
it's the
do that.
cool. Not all of them.
Yeah.
No, not all of them.
Some of them start to look like salamanders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When your
salamanders.
skin just sort of falls and
Yeah, everything
flattens
just starts
out.
to like fall a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, some people are really pro.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's a whole zaddy thing.
So I said Zaddy the other day.
and did Drew go like, ew?
Yes.
Yeah.
She said, you need to promise me
You'll never say that again.
you will never, ever say Zaddy again. And I was
I
like,
don't really
what's the
know.
big deal?
I don't really
Oh.
know the definition of zaddy.
It's a hot dad.
Oh,
hot daddy.
okay. I don't think
Okay.
anyone says that anymore.
That's why she probably
Right.
told me not to
Right.
say it.
I think
Yeah.
I'm going to double down. I think I'm going to say it all the time. We are getting
Oh my God, Pedro Pascal.
Zaddy.
I'd throw my life away for him.
Zaddy, daddy.
Me too.
All right.
Yeah.
Lynn
But he's not a daddy, and he's never going to be a daddy, and he doesn't want to be anyone's daddy.
No?
He said that many times,
Wow.
well.
and we love him for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys been watching The Last of Us?
No.
I haven't because it gives me a little anxiety. I watched the whole first season.
Tsunamis, bring them on. Well, yeah, I get that because apocalypse is real. Like the apocalypse is
happen.
no, it's kind of happening right
Yeah.
now. But
I guess a tsunami could happen too,
yeah,
but not in the
not
valley.
as frequently.
Yeah.
There's something about like a very grounded zombie apocalypse situation that I'm
prepared for
I'm
it.
a little obsessed with it.
I'm totally prepared for it.
I have a bunch of freeze dried meals in case
Yeah.
that happens.
My toxic trait is that I think I could survive that.
Oh, I definitely could.
Yeah.
It's not even a toxic trait.
Yeah.
I just know. I'm down.
Yeah.
we're getting the message that we need to wrap up. So,
Okay.
Is there anything that you want to talk about that is like you? I guess is there anything you want to plug? They say plug. In our
The
business.
kids these days.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
They first they say zaddy,
They,
and then they say plug.
right.
Yeah.
No.
About your socials. Do you want to talk about your socials?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Hi Caitlin Reilly and on TikTok. Just type in my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caitlin with a C.
Yeah.
Well, Megan, you should say how great it was having Caitlin.
Okay, sister, mom,
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
It was such a pleasure having you
It
here
was
today
so good to be had.
with us on My Addiction. I learned about your pool. and your creek and your land
And your land.
and your dog Bo and
There are
no,
many fireplaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soon to be more.
Not
I gotta
more
get
than
back
me.
to it. It's
Yeah.
so much
and
to
we're
take
gonna
care
work
of.
together. So we will talk. We will chat after
Yes.
this pod.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So, oh my God. She was amazing.
Caitlin. Yeah, isn't she funny?
She's so funny. And, you know, she does have a pool. So,
She's got a pool.
Yeah, I mean, can't beat that dead
She
horse.
showed me pictures of her pool.
Yeah.
It totally beats mine.
Yeah,
It is a
what?
Yeah, it totally beats my pool. It kind of beats yours too. Sorry.
Fart.
It's a really pretty pool. I know.
Fart.
Fart,
I was
yeah.
going to say fuck, and then I was like, oh, we don't do that here. And then I was like, no, we totally
Like
do.
there are children around.
Fucking farts. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
And she just cracks me.
I discovered her on TikTok, which, you know, I'm not a big TikToker.
Neither am I.
But you know, she blew up and then sort of migrated to Instagram, and I just was so excited to meet her. So
Yeah.
you know, such fancy people.
Well, I only know her because she's the sister of my best friend.
Well,
and
still,
I know. And I know I say best friend a lot, but I do have a lot of really deep, good old
I know,
friendships.
and
So I don't.
want them.
Yes, and
in
I will
my
share.
life.
I will share. But she's so funny. And I don't watch TikTok, but she also migrated to my Instagram, and
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of her, and I think the world of her, and I wish her huge success. I want to see her on our TV screens all the time.
No, I mean, so talented, and she's and she's like she's a real salt of the earth LA person.
She is the real deal. But you should think of her when you cast your stuff that you do.
Someday.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
whatever-
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
do actual shows anymore. I just develop.
Develop. Okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
you-
I'm out of actually producing things that people see on television or film. Now I do this thing where I write.
You write them.
I write.
Create them.
I do a whole lot of planning. Sometimes I break like a whole entire season. And then people give me notes for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's the end of it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
All
what I
right.
do
So
now.
you're not involved in the casting.
No,
anymore.
I don't do casting anymore.
Okay.
I just
Sorry, Caitlin.
write stuff and throw it. Am I addicted to development? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fucking fart no.
No.
I'm Lillian asked, am I addicted? No, it is a curse. It is
Yeah.
a curse. I don't know why. Now I'm doing a lot of free work, so
Okay.
it's awesome. I think it'll change someday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always feel like you've got something brewing.
Yeah, maybe I'll just try to get a job on 911 because apparently
Girl.
they have amazing special effects.
Such a good
Yeah.
show.
Now, Dr. Odyssey.
Yeah.
Lillian just audibly gasped.
She did.
Oh,
Across the
No, you
room.
can speak. Like, you don't have to write us cards.
I know. I will speak. No. I love Dr. Odyssey so much.
I see. I've got to watch it.
I watched 5 or 6 episodes. I'm gonna admit it. I did. You know why? I think
Josh Jackson, Zaddy. See, I'm doubling.
You're gonna
I'm
double down on the
tripling
Zaddy.
down.
He's absolutely a zaddy.
Oof.
he's very handsome.
Yeah, and he's
it's really
in his
hard to explain
gives
without
no fucks
spoilers,
era.
But it. Oh, and Don Johnson.
Oh, I don't think people
as
are
the
gonna
captain.
care if you give some spoilers
Yeah.
about Dr.
Guess what?
Odyssey.
It's a ship, and there's lots of glamour, but
And a lot of
every
sex.
week it's
Okay, then I
crazy.
will,
There's a
because-
giant medical emergency,
Okay, so
including
I-
sharks. I've heard.
I was converted when they have to do an appendectomy at sea in the eye of a hurricane. And I think Don Johnson had to call every time they were going into like a quiet moment so that they could cut.
do a suture.
And so that was when
I saw that one. It's
was
really
like,
good.
Okay, maybe I will stick around for this.
Yeah.
And then the episode that both had and normally I wouldn't actually highlight this, but there's a man who does end up committing suicide.
Oh no!
But it's
Does he
also,
jump off the ship?
He does.
Because that's a thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he does. But that episode is also the episode with a threesome, and it ends with a threesome, which is
Is
amazing.
it Josh Jackson and
Philippa Sue and the other really hot guy whose name I should know.
Wait, hot guy?
Yeah.
Okay, that is very Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, yeah.
100%. They're like, he's just a little gay.
Just
Yeah.
I am still so mad that it never fully went there. But anyway,
We didn't get to see
This
the
will be
White
the
Lotus
most-
moment.
This
No.
will actually be my most insightful episode. But
The one we are most
The one you learn the most about me.
Yes.
But they have a threesome at the end of this episode. And the reason you have to know it's at the end is because then it cuts to the, like, if you or anyone you know is struggling, call this number. And so the cognitive dissonance,
Yes.
and I was just like, I'm so
Confused.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just
was
like,
just
I
like,
love everything.
Thing about this.
And then
I
the
love
next
the tonal,
episode-
like record
Yeah.
scratches.
Yeah.
You're like, yes.
And then the next episode is Gay Week. And
Okay.
they have Bob the drag queen come on as a drag queen named Marsha de
Say
Penguins.
less.
And I was like, this
Yeah.
is my show.
This is
Okay.
your
So
home.
I will never be neutral about Doc Odyssey.
Doc Odyssey.
Yeah.
And if you're in the know, you call it Doc Odyssey.
Oh,
You don't
I'm
do
not in the know.
Full doctor.
I am definitely not in the know, but I was watching some shows that were giving me too much anxiety.
Yeah, and that was
And
one
I
of
turned
them.
I turned to this one to like just kind of like chill out, not have to pay attention
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
'Cause I mean, because
It's what
you're
they call second screen viewing. It's
yeah, it was
ruining
just
my life.
spoon-fed.
Yeah.
You're just being spoon fed. Anyway,
I may have had an executive say to me, it does not have to be so good. Like I was working really hard and they were like,
yeah.
you know what? Here's
Try
the
less.
truth.
Yeah.
Try less.
Yeah.
It does not have to be so good. All right.
See you next
Thank
time.
you so much.
Thank you. You can find
Oh,
us on
yeah.
My Addiction
Pod.
at My Addiction Pod on
Yeah,
all your socials.
all the socials and including TikTok.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to My Addiction. As a reminder, this podcast is meant for entertainment. We are not medical practitioners, and anything on the podcast does not constitute medical advice or treatment. Please consult your own medical professionals at all times. My Addiction is a Tiny Pyro production. It was created and hosted by Marty Noxon and Megan Weaver. It is produced by Marty Noxon, Megan Weaver, Maria Grasso, and Lillian Holman. It is edited by Lillian Holman. Our graphics were designed by Lane Bynum. Our social media is managed by Aziza Abu-Boutain and Ashley Lindsay. Special thanks to Allison Shano, Rebecca Steinberg, Amy Gregonis, and Melissa Tavarit.